That's why I love our team. It's where we all kind of, and I could get emotional about it.
Not only helping homeowners, but also helping the people that are around you and you care about, like create that generational wealth and accumulate assets and seeing how that impacts their lives.
Started out where we thought this was going to be just a straightforward fix and flip it, but it quickly became way more than that, right?
And it's not always the stuff you see online, the majority of it's I would say the vast majority of it's fake.
This industry is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
I know it's made to look sexy at times, right? Being a real estate investor, you think that you're slinging deals. Hey guys, I'm Tyler.
I'm John.
And welcome to the Everyday Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. A little bit about me. Like I said, my name's Tyler. I've been in real estate for about 5 years now. I moved from Massachusetts in 2019. I met John and got started as his admin assistant, and slowly just worked my way up, got into investments. And then John and I have been working together ever since. And we recently formed the Everyday Homebuyer team. And so we're here to talk more about that with you guys and introduce ourselves to the market here in Minneapolis, St. Paul.
I'm John. I got in real estate in 2012 and started off with wholesaling and then fix and flip. I actually house hacked quite a bit. Started my career in Fargo and built up a rental portfolio, moved back in 2018. Been a broker in real estate. I've done creative finance. We just purchased our first apartment building last year. So anything when it's come to real estate, we've pretty much done it, or I've done it. So what Tyler had mentioned before. So Tyler moved here in 2019, in the winter of 2019, I think it was.
December of 2019. It was as I was hearing about COVID on the radio on the drive across.
Yep. So he came in, he interviewed for an admin assistant position with us. And since that time, he's only grown with the company. And we've since now formed Everyday Homebuyers, and we've been through a lot.
Yep. Yeah, I got really lucky when I met John. I had been doing a lot of self-studying and education on real estate investing. I was living in Boston at the time, knowing that I was going to be moving across the country. I knew I wanted to make a career change. It was a perfect time to do it. Interviewed for the job for executive assistant with John and a previous business partner of his. It was a great opportunity for me to get into an entry-level position in real estate and start immersing myself in the real estate world and putting things to practice that I had been reading about, content I'd been consuming, books I'd been reading. And I didn't realize how lucky I got by meeting John, because he had been doing for about 10 years already all the strategies that I was learning about. So I kind of landed in the perfect spot. And John's the only person I've worked with in the real estate world since I got into it. And very, very grateful for this partnership and relationship here.
Yeah, we've been through a lot.
We have been through a lot.
And you realize too, you can't really do the things in real estate without having solid people surrounding you in all areas. Yep. So Tyler's been beyond solid. We've been through,
Everyday Homebuyers is a real estate investment company. And part of the reason we wanted to do this podcast is to really make that clear what it is that we do. In our minds, we know everything that we do, but when you are able to do so many things in real estate, the average person who, even friends, family, people that we've worked with in the past have come to us and said, I'm not even exactly sure what you guys do. And so we want to be very clear about what Everyday Homebuyers is and who we are, John and I, what we do in the real estate world. We are licensed realtors. We are licensed with Real Brokerage. We recently made the switch over there after contemplating kind of what the right move was. We had a brokerage before this. It was just really John and I, and it was for essentially working with our traditional clients to help them buy and sell real estate. And just after some consideration, we decided to shut that brokerage down, move our licenses over to Real, and then form the Everyday Home Buying team. And the Everyday Home Buying team is a real estate investment company. We specialize in working with people that are facing foreclosure. Mm-hmm. We offer them solutions, and we end up buying a lot of these properties, but oftentimes we're just walking people through their options and kind of guiding them, making sure that they have somebody in their corner. It's a very scary experience for people going through it, and we wanted to be kind of that, be there to hold their hand through that process and offer them solutions, not just offer scare tactics. Like I said, we do buy a lot of houses, but that's not what we're going in there first in saying to these people, we're really looking to see how we can help them out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's client focused. I mean, it's fully in the name. Like that's how clear we want to be. Every day we are buying homes.
Yes.
So that's how we came up with Everyday Homebuyers. It was one of those thoughts like, hey, we're in this every single day, and like we got to show up every single day.
Yeah.
And so that's how the name Everyday came to be. And then just being very clear again, like Tyler was saying, like we have a lot of people like they know we work in real estate, they don't know exactly what we do. We want to be the go-to investment company in Minnesota and hopefully nationwide at some point.
Yep.
So, and then with that, like we had mentioned that we were doing so many things and we recently switched brokerages. So like our theme for this year was to niche down. And with that, it's like we had the brokerage, we were doing the investment, we have apartments, we were doing everything. And when you're doing everything, like you're just spread too thin when you don't have the full team around you.
Yep.
So we made the switch to real. It's been awesome. The connections we've made with like Templeton Walker, Caleb Carlson, some of these guys that are just like, I mean, they're doing big things in the industry, and you surround yourself with them, you learn from them, you network with them, and that's what it's really all about. I mean, they're out there serving clients, their community, the people in the industry, and it's something that we wanted to be a part of as well. So we started Everyday Homebuyers to be the go-to investment company. Like we're in this industry every day. And to be honest, most of our deals, they come from investors that get into it. They don't really know what they're doing. We end up cleaning up the mess. We want to be the go-to, highly professional, very like clean, process oriented company out there. A lot of investors get a bad rap.
Yeah.
And we want to buck that trend and be thought of in a very like positive way in helping people. And like, I think the things that we're doing within the company, like really show who we are. Like we have the relocation program. Like we're not going to go in there and buy someone's house that's in a distressed situation without making sure that they have a roof to go, that someplace to move to.
Yeah.
And so like we've added that. We make it very streamlined. We have an amazing group of people that we work with, from title to lenders to contractors, like the best of the best.
Yeah.
And we really want to serve our clients like at the end of the day, and one also like make a name for ourselves as that company.
Yep. You know, I think in today's day and age, 2025, if you don't have the ability to offer an array of services to a client, then you are doing them a disservice. I was fortunate enough I kind of saw the writing on the wall even before I really got into the industry, and I knew that I wanted to do both. And I didn't realize how at the time in 2019, 2020 was kind of just starting, that was not the norm. That there was traditional agents and then there was investors, and there was this stigma with investors that they're these just, slimy sharks that are trying to buy your house for pennies on the dollar, right? And it's what I've come to realize, and I think it's just why John and I work so well together. Our personalities, our core values, we truly want to help and just offer solutions. I want to meet with a seller that's maybe in some kind of distress, whether it's physical distress at the house or financial distress, and be able to go through a list of options for them that, walk them down a path and let them kind of decide for themselves what is the best option. Here, listen to their problems, offer the solutions, and then guide them through till the end. Help them get from point A to point B, and doing it with a servant's heart.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole thing. And investors, some of the investors I know are the most creative, problem-solving, think outside the box people out there. And I think the stigma with investors is slowly changing, and we're here to do our part to help change that, and give investors a good name, especially in our market, and eventually nationwide. But that was a big reason why we started this company.
And it's pretty common. I mean, most people think there's one way to buy a house and to do real estate, and it's the traditional way. I've helped many investors get started within real estate and opening them up to there's basically an infinite number of ways to structure real estate transactions, not only for the investor, but also that benefit the client more so than just an outright sale. So That's been a super fun part of being in this industry as well, is not only helping homeowners but also helping the people that are around you and you care about, like create that generational wealth and accumulate assets and seeing how that impacts their lives. So that's been a major benefit, I would say, too.
So in the beginning, when we were thinking about starting this company, the first thing we started to think about is what are our core values and what do we want our company to stand for? It's really easy to, I think a lot of companies just throw up the generic core values that
Yeah,
everybody talks
the
about, the
buzzwords.
buzzwords, right?
Yep.
Honesty, integrity, you know, those kind of things. And those are great, right? And you should have all those qualities. But we wanted to go deeper than that and really, through our experiences, the good and the bad, like the people that we've worked with that we really enjoyed working with, that were great teammates, what was it about those people that made them great to work with, right? And we broke it down into four core values that we really feel embody everyday homebuyers. And John and I, and now the people on our team, we're a team of 5 now. We hire based on these core values. We want to see them in everybody that joins our team. So do you want to talk a little bit about what those are, John?
Yeah, the core values, we keep things simple. Like that's one of the things I've learned in business, that keep things as simple as possible that you can remember. These are things that we live by. And our first core value is all in. So all in every day. And this is something that I picked up from mentors of mine that have built. I love talking to guys that have built businesses. I mean, built something up from the dirt. And the only way you can do that, repeat it over and over again, is if you're all in. Because I mean, we've been through the ups and downs, the swings. Like you're gonna have days where you're on cloud 9, things are going great, and you're gonna get knocked down.
Yeah.
Like this is going bad. And the only way that you can make it through that is when you're all in. And I've seen it time and time again within real estate specifically, where you have some part-time people, they're kind of in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and it just never has worked out. And not only that, but like in real estate transactions too, like you have to be all in on serving that client and making sure you get it to the finish line, because there's going to be some roadblocks that you have to figure out how to get around. And if you're not all in, you're not going to do it.
This industry is not for the faint of heart.
Yep.
I know it's made to look sexy at times, right? Being a real estate investor, you think that you're slinging deals and making a lot of money, but there's a lot of ups and downs that come with it.
Yeah.
A lot of heartbreaks, a lot of tough situations, tough conversations, and if you're not all in, good luck.
Yeah. You'll burn out. Yep. And then our other core value is better every day. Having that mindset of we're going to get better every day, not only in business, but as men, as husbands, as fathers. Like it's just having that mindset of I'm going to get better every day, and not being complacent with where you're at. You're constantly learning, you're connecting with new people, you're showing up, and it's just those little tweaks here and there. Like I can get better here. I can get better here. And that really comes from me playing sports in college and having that mindset as well. Seeing that with teammates of mine that show up every day, they're trying to get better, and it just forces the people around you to get better, which is who we want to be as a company. Our other core value is to earn it every day. Everyone has great intentions, and at the end of the day, it comes down to results, not only as a company, but for our clients, what we're trying to accomplish. So you have to have the mindset of like, I want to earn it, and I'm going to earn it.
Yep.
So, and then our last core value is keep it real.
Yep. We're going to be
real
honest
every day.
Everything we do, we want to be honest up front. We want to be vulnerable with you, not just sharing the wins, but sharing the hard lessons and the hard situations that we go through. The sad stories that we come across when we deal with clients, right? Just in all areas, keeping it real. I think we, in the age we live in, right? We're kind of what you see is people posting the wins, the highlight reels, right? And making everything look great on social media, when in reality, that's all it is. This is a highlight reel. We want to show you the real side of everything. And take you along with us on the
Yeah.
the ups and the downs, and show you real estate, what it's really like.
Yep.
Just be honest with not only our clients, of course, but with our audience, with you guys watching.
Yeah, and it's not all wins. Like, I mean, the stuff you see online, the majority of it's like, I would say the vast majority of it's fake,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like you said, the highlight reels of like the big wins, and half those wins aren't even real.
Right.
And we're not going to let our ego drive the ship here. It's like, hey, we're real people,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes we're gonna take our lumps, and we'll share those lumps with you. We'll share the wins,
Yep.
and hopefully that makes everyone better too. Like,
Yeah, and hopefully we can help you avoid some of
yeah,
the hard lessons that we learned along the way. I think we all have to go through hard lessons in order to learn certain things. But if there's some that we can kind of save you from by sharing our experience, then to me that's very fulfilling,
yeah,
and I hope to be able to do that for newer aspiring investors, or even veteran investors out there who we can always learn from each other, right?
yep,
No matter your experience, years in the game, we can always keep learning and getting better.
yep. And our internal mission statement is "Together we will." So, like, sharing in those wins, sharing in those losses. Like, yes, Tyler and I are the co-owners of this company. This company doesn't exist without the teammates that we have.
Yeah, we've
It's
done this, tried to do it on our own, and we, got to a certain point. We've done a lot, right? But we were barely scratching the surface of our
Yeah,
potential, without bringing on good people to help us get to that next level. And we're very proud of our team, and who we have and what we stand for. I mean, we have a great group of people, and over time, you'll get to learn who those people are and what roles they play. And we're excited to introduce them to you guys as well, so you can kind of see the different personalities that make up Everyday Homebuyers.
hmm. I think there's a few things that make us different from other companies within our market. We do have a lot of tools in the tool belt. Not only with that, but being able to execute on those different solutions.
Yep.
So a lot of people, whether it's a listing, whether it's a buy side, whether it's a wholesale, novation, if we have to buy it cash, we've done it all, and we know how to
Hmm.
execute on it at a very high level. I think that's what really makes us different. A lot of our time in this business, you're going to see things kind of go sideways in real estate for different people, and we've actually been the call for a lot of investors when that does happen, knowing that they can trust us to execute on helping them out.
Yeah.
I also think our team, the people that we have on our team right now, and how specialized we're getting, and we're getting better every day. But we're already executing at a super high level. Um,
Yep.
and also, I mean, you see this in every business where they call it like commission breath or whatnot. I mean, there's been deals that we've done where we haven't been paid. Like, it's literally like, this person needs help, and we're gonna help them. We have the ability to help them. So leading with that approach, I think, is what creates a difference between us and a lot of other companies, and also our experience. Like, we have a ton of
Hmm.
experience in various parts of real estate, from single family properties to knowing what goes into property management, owning apartment buildings, what that entails. So just a vast knowledge of all sorts of different aspects within real estate, fix and flipping,
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I think along with that too is the connections that we've made over the years,
yep,
the access to um, people that are further along in the game than we are, people
yeah,
with more years of experience, or um, masterminds that we're a part of. That's a big thing for us. Is we go quarterly to a mastermind, where we're networking with other people doing this every day in the industry. We're always looking, like our core value says, to get better, improve, learn new things that we can take back to our market and implement, and better serve our clients, make our teammates better, and just provide a really great place for our employees, our teammates to work, right? We want people to be excited to come to work every day and love what they do. And I think that's a big difference too, is that we just love what we do, right?
yeah.
You don't get to this point. The real estate is so difficult at times that if you don't love what you do, you won't you won't last very long. I think that's
No,
why
so
the burnout rate is so high, right?
so
Something like
80 87% fail rate
yeah.
within real estate.
Yep. And the stat that everybody knows, like last year, 70% of agents
Didn't sell a home.
didn't sell a home,
Yeah.
right? So if you sold like 1 to 2 homes, you were kind of like in the top tier. And like our name says, we're out here buying and selling houses every day.
Yeah.
So I think that separates us from the average person out there.
And just going through those different swings in the market. Like the market today is so much different than it was
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5 years ago, especially 5 years ago during COVID. And just being able to go through those different those movements in the market. And one of the lessons that I've learned is you have to learn to win in the movement. A lot of people think winning is up and to the right, where real estate's just it's constantly shifting at the macro level, at a local level. Lending, it's constantly changing. So like as soon as you
Mm-hmm.
figure something out, things change, and you have to be able to navigate those changes as a company at a very high level
Yep.
if you want to be successful in real estate.
Yeah, and the only way you do that is if you are in the market every day, right?
Yeah.
You've got to have a finger on the pulse of things, and like John said, things change very quickly, and the cycles are your teacher. They're gonna repeat, and you're gonna look back at, okay, what worked well for us in this buyer's market,
Yeah.
a couple years back, right? What worked well in the seller's market of 2020, right, when COVID was going on and rates were really low. Because there's a big difference between how things went and how things work when rates are at 2 and 3% than where they are when they're at 6, 7, 8%.
Yeah. And that's also going back to like being part of a mastermind too. Like it helps you really keep a pulse on what's happening at a national level. Cause
Mm-hmm.
I mean, typically what's happening in Arizona or Florida, like it may not be happening in Minnesota yet, but it's knowing what's coming down the pipeline and being
Yeah.
able to prepare for it, making sure you're not putting yourself or your clients or anything in jeopardy of going sideways if
Mm-hmm.
and when that does happen. So,
Yep.
getting into that, what are some lessons from the trenches that you've learned along the way?
Oh man, there's so many. I don't know where to start with these. Man,
Kind of gets to the point where like you don't even it doesn't surprise you.
Yeah.
Like when someone's like, "Can you believe this happened?" You're like, "I can." Like,
yeah,
you go into enough houses and you see enough things.
we've seen a lot.
I mean, we've been into everything from complete hoarder houses, drug houses, and then within the same day, you're helping a client buy a $3 million house,
Yeah.
and you just see the whole swath of humanity within a day. But for me, I think it just brings it down to like the human level.
I
Like
was
we're all
just gonna
humans,
say that, yeah.
and one of the things you realize is we're all struggling. Everyone in their life is struggling in some area, and to show up and to be that helping hand is probably the biggest thing that we can do as humans, and being a positive influence. But
I think one that comes to mind is to kind of piggyback off what you said, the human level of things. One that comes to mind most recently is a deal we did in North Minneapolis, where started out where we thought this was going to be just a straightforward assignment deal where we were just going to wholesale and assign the deal to a end buyer that was going to fix and flip it, but it quickly became way more than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman that was the homeowner, turns out he was battling some alcoholism or addiction problems, and very quickly the focus went from like, okay, how do we get this deal across the finish line, to like, how do we do right by this person, and how do we help him land on his feet? And that's where our team, that's why I love our team. It's where we all kind of, and I could get emotional about it. We all rose to the occasion and really helped to make sure that this guy, got into a program that he needed to get into in order to, get to the other side of these issues he was dealing with. We got him into a detox center, lined up housing for him after that, and just communicated and handheld him throughout the process. And I know that I don't remember what the profits were on that deal, but I know it was way less than what we thought it was at first. But it didn't matter.
Yeah, it was pretty much a net zero on the profit side of things. But at the end of the day, like that's a human life. And it's pretty cool when the client's mom reaches out to you, someone that's been trying to do this for her son for years and years and years, and for us to be the ones to come in there, care enough about him to actually help him make that change. And he's reached out and thanked us. So at the end of the day, it really comes down to like, how do we serve this person the best?
Yeah, and there's an element of emotional
Yeah.
income that we get. It's not just monetary income, right?
Yeah.
It fills our cup to do something for other people and help them. And at the end of the day, that's what any business is, but definitely this one. A lot of times we're almost acting as therapists and,
Yeah.
and listening and hearing people out, giving them an ear, and just being there to kind of guide them through the steps and get them to a more solid footing.
Yep. Yep. I mean, I've gone through so many different
Yeah.
types of deals. I mean, I always think it's really cool. I think it's just cool when someone shares with you where they want, like what their dream is. Like, hey, I want to own this home, but I don't know how to make it happen. Or I'm in this tough spot and I don't know which way to go. I'm looking for advice, and for them to trust you with helping them get there. I mean,
Yeah.
I've helped clients purchase houses and find houses that they never thought they would ever be able to get into, and to see them take the next step in their lives, in their journey,
Yeah.
and to be a part of that is super rewarding. And then on the flip side, going into a house where someone's in a really, really tough spot, whether it's divorce, financial, facing addiction, and showing up there with a genuine heart of wanting to help them, and actually seeing them get to the other side, and you really see the weight get lifted off. Like once the deal is done, this weight literally comes off of them, and it's a tough thing when they're in it to really see it, but afterwards, I mean, it's super rewarding for us to see that happen, and knowing that you were a part of it. But yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of lessons, and more so, I think just for myself, like what that has helped formed me into as a man, and what who I want to show up as each day too has been, it's just as impactful for me.
Yeah, we just had an appointment yesterday in St. Paul, and we met with the homeowner. She was a lady in her 30s, and her parents were there at the appointment. And the mom just kept saying, the daughter as well, just kept saying, I almost, she's like, I can't believe that there's people out here that will just help like this. Like what's the catch, right?
Yeah.
And we get that a lot. Like when we approach people like from a place of wanting to help first, it almost catches them off guard. And in today's world, like people are so hesitant to trust that. And they'll literally say to us, well, what's the catch? Like, what do you get out of it? Right. And we have to just tell them like, look, of course we would love to buy your house, right? That we're a for-profit business. And oftentimes we are buying houses from homeowners. But there's a large percentage of people where we're just offering advice and kind of guiding them through what their options are. And there's no profit in it for us. We may ask them for a really good Google review or something like that, right? That goes a long way. But at the end of the day, we know that if you do right by people, it's going to come back to you. And we've seen that time and time again where, maybe we didn't buy their house that day, but a year later, their cousin, their sister, their brother wants to buy or sell real estate. And the first people that come to their mind are the ones that were helpful to them in a time of need. And they're coming back to us, and those aren't just one-off, transactions. Those are lifelong relationships, and that's what it's all about. That's why we do it. That's why, along with just, I think, who we are as people, why we're willing to help them without any monetary gain for us.
Yep. Absolutely. So looking ahead, what's the big vision here?
Oh, the big vision, it's big. I don't want to give it all away now, but we're excited about what we're building. We've got a lot of really cool things in the works that we're working on behind the scenes. We're trying to stay focused and keep the main thing right now, and not, I believe you can grow too quickly and you can get ahead of yourself, and I think at times we've done that. We're going to be very strategic about how we roll things out, but the vision is big and it's alive, and we're working on that here, and the pieces are falling into place.
Yep.
We've got some really good momentum going, and we intend to keep that going.
Yeah. Again, I think it goes back to our core value of getting better every day. As far as looking ahead, I think it's making a bigger impact, having a bigger impact in especially the place that we call home in our communities, and having that impact on not only the real estate itself, but also the people's lives that we get to work with.
Yep.
So, and like you said, also being very intentional with how we're growing.
Yeah.
Because I think it's easy to get in the growth mindset of just grow to grow. And I've seen a lot of companies falter that way. I mean, we've fallen into traps at times like that, and you kind of learn some hard lessons. But also, yeah, just being really intentional with what we're doing, how we're doing it, who we're working with as a team, making sure that they meet our core values and sticking to that, and having fun doing it.
Right.
Like learning to enjoy the process as we're in it. I think a lot of people really are so forward thinking 10 years out, and it's like we don't even know what the world's going to be like 10 years out from now.
Yeah.
So if we got to enjoy the process while we're in it, and I can say with full heart that I love what I do. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Yep.
I mean, there's like you said, there's tough days, there's good days, and at the end of every day, I don't want to do anything else.
Right.
This is what I love to do.
Yeah.
So
if you're looking to buy or sell real estate and you need help, you need guidance, you have questions, we want to be your resource. We want you to come to us. We'd be happy to help you. If you're an investor, a new wholesaler looking to learn how to wholesale, or maybe you've got a deal under contract, but you need funding, you need financing, you need buyers, come to us. We can JV with you. We'll help sell your deals. We'll help get deals across the finish line. And we can all rise up here together, help each other. And we want to be your go-to partner here in the Twin Cities. Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of the Everyday Podcast. I really hope you learned something.
we look forward to seeing you guys on the next one here.